What's up, guys? It's your boy coming back with another video. So today I want to talk about my my new turbo. So I've ran, this is my third week with the BD diesel iron something sxe364 and a half sxe364 and a half SXE. What that means is it's a 300 series turbo, 64 and a half millimeter. So what do I think about it? Well, first, it takes away my exhaust brake. With this turbo, this is a fixed vane turbo. The other is a variable vane turbo, which means the vanes, you know, contract, restrict, expand. It's another way for the turbo to control your gases and, you know, just supposed to make it a better turbo. But what happens is those vanes stick, and it could be, when they fail, they can be catastrophic. Now, I got lucky, I believe, when I got this truck. I think the turbo was messed up from the gate. Like from day one, the turbo was bad. And, well, not the turbo, but the actuator and the vanes. The reason I believe that is I've never really had an exhaust brake on this truck. So I've got accustomed to driving without an exhaust brake. Which, yes, they're nice, but if you don't have it, you don't miss it. You know what I mean? Like, now if you've been running with it for 4 years and I take it from you, you're going to miss it. But the fact that I didn't have it, you know, it wasn't really a big deal. Now, when I went from my other truck to this truck, it was a big deal, but I got used to it. So, I lost that. You know, I lost my exhaust brake. Now, I am able to get another exhaust brake with the BD Diesel sells an aftermarket exhaust brake that works off of my button, my exhaust brake button down here. I don't know how that works. I know how it works. I don't know how good it works. For the simple fact of we haven't done that yet. I don't know how much more I'm doing to the truck. You know, I'm kind of up in the air. Those of you that talk to me on a daily, you know what it is. But the turbo is a little bit different than what I'm used to with the other one. The VGT turbo is what they call the variable vane turbo. With those variable vanes, it gives you your quick spool, it gives you more spool and your power band through the whole process. With this turbo, with it being a bigger turbo, I got spool, you know, I got good power all the way up. But when this truck hits 26, 27, 28 RPMs, it feels like I just hit the nitrous button. The truck is phenomenal, it's amazing, and it takes off. So I gotta try to learn, you know, to drive with it all over again. I'm learning how to drive my truck, essentially. With the old turbo, I never had to use tow haul mode, really. I would use it when I needed to, because in these Cummins, tow haul mode gets rid of your 6th gear. Okay, so now you're max out in 5th gear. And there's no override, there's no, if the truck thinks you need it, it's jumping. If it's off, it's off. And now when you turn, I think it says overdrive off. Yeah, it says overdrive off. That kills 5th gear. So you're running with 4 gears. And I don't like to run without all the gears, you know, because the less gears you use, the higher RPMs, the more fuel. And I'm running a 488 rear, which eats fuel anyway, you know, because it's geared higher. It's made to pull. It's not made to really cruise. So with my old turbo setup, I was cruising 2,500 RPMs. With this new turbo, and now both of these are with 6 gear, using overdrive, no tow haul mode. Now I'm running 2,200 RPMs at 60, 65. No. 65, 67, I'm sorry. I'm running about 21 and 22. Now the issue I'm coming into is when I'm cruising at 21 or 22, 1,900 and 1,800 on this particular truck is a lug. Like, it lugs and it just does not like it. So what happens is it shifts up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, my shift point for that gear is right around 2,000. So it's very, very close. So as somebody noticed the other day, it seems like it's always shifting. Well, that's me turning the tow haul mode off and then back on, because if it lugs, it just doesn't want to pull. It doesn't want to max out. So then I turn it off, you know, then I run a little bit higher RPMs, but I don't like to max that out either. So I'm trying to learn my sweet spot, and unless I'm on a major highway, I'm at like 60 to 60. This is what I run now. 60 to 62 mile an hour in 6 gear. And that keeps me right where I want to be. But I have to control the shifting before the truck does what it thinks it wants to do. And that's just me having a bigger turbo. Now, when I'm pulling hills, I want to keep it revved up. Because I don't know if you guys know about these trucks, but EGTs are very important. But these newer trucks, mine's 08, but I say newer trucks, can handle higher heat. If you watch your EGTs when your truck goes into a regen, they're gonna be hot. And that's okay for these trucks. They're made to deal with that. But they got the EGR coolers and all that good stuff. Now, if you choose to take that off, that's your choice. But these trucks, you know, are made for that. And they do okay. The way to lower your EGTs is to raise your RPMs. The higher RPMs of your truck, the more and the faster you're burning fuel, and the more fuel you're burning. But when you burn it instantly, that makes the gases not so hot. What happens is when it's lugging and it's just sitting there, you know, it's not firing it and moving, firing it, moving it. It fires it and then it'll sit around a little bit. So that builds up gases because you have the heat just sitting in there. And that is why my truck sounds and it's opened up the way it does. So this truck, I've had it as high as 40,800 or something like that. And it does very, very well. The more weight, you know, it's made for weight. It loves weight. So the more weight, the more it's working, the better I like it and the better it likes it. So this truck, this turbo and manifold kit, I would definitely recommend for this truck. Now, I have the Aisin transmission. As of right this second, the Aisin cannot be tuned. Now, if you have a 68 RFE and you do this, you can have your tuner fix the lugging and the closeness of the RPMs. I can only do that so much in this truck. So I would 100% recommend this truck or this turbo setup. I enjoy it. You know, I wish if I had a little bit lower gears, it would be perfect. It wouldn't do the shifting like it does. It wouldn't be that close. But, which is fine, you know, because the truck before was using real high RPM. So, you know, it's all about learning it, but my tuner did a great job dialing me in. I got a great turbo. I got great service. I truly enjoy this setup. So now I got this turbo kit, the whole iron horn, that's what it is, the whole iron horn kit, cheaper than a reman turbo because it's fixed vanes. Those VGT turbos cost more money, and I've heard once they go out, it's a repetitive cycle. So that's why I decided to do that. It was a little risky for me because this is not an R&D truck, obviously. I don't have time to R&D with this truck. This truck needs to make me money and get me rolling. Keep me paid, keep the family eating, and that's it. So, guys, the Iron Horn 364 and a half, 100% thumbs up, recommended, enjoy it. If I was doing it again, I may get a slightly small turbo. I may do like a 362 cast. I did a 364 and a half billet. And yeah, it was a little bit more money, but it is what it is. To go with the billet over the cast, it was a little more money. So, absolutely, I would recommend it. If you guys have watched some of my recent videos while I'm driving, you've heard the turbo. You know, so that's where we're at with it. That's what I did, and I do not regret it one bit. It made the truck a totally different animal. So with that being said, don't be scared to upgrade your parts. If you're looking to keep your exhaust brake, then you cannot go with this kit unless you do the aftermarket exhaust brake. But once that stuff starts to go bad, boom, 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 boom. So I just replace it, clean it up, let her breathe, let her eat, roll on. So that's the update on the new turbo. We may or may not have big news coming up soon. We'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, guys, if you need any of the training material, it's on the website. You can get the consultation. It's $25. It says $25 for an hour, but you know, if we're in and you're learning and it takes a little over while I'm driving, so be it. There's the mentorship on there, which is $200 a month. You know, so if you guys are watching this channel and you like what you're seeing, but you want a little more in-depth one-on-one, that's the case, or that's the place. So, yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit that ding ding, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.